Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE SmackDown episode 1053, I think, and 205 Live episode 151, both broadcast on October 25th, 2019. This concludes week 43 of 2019, and we're headed into Crown Jewel next week and November, Halloween and November and all that. Let's see. This is gonna be a really quick episode because Raw begins in about 14 minutes. And I think this episode will hopefully be like 5 minutes. So we open up with Team Flair and Team Hogan face-to-face in the ring. Well, all the members of those teams that are on SmackDown anyway. And they challenge, Team Hogan challenges them to a match tonight as a preview of what will happen in Crown Jewel. And Sami Zayn says, because Sami isn't in that match, but he's Shinsuke Nakamura's advocate. And he tweaked his neck so he can't compete. So Cesaro takes his place. So the main event ends up being Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura, and King Corbin versus Team Hogan's members, Roman Reigns, Shorty G, Chad Gable, and I was saying that as one name, and Ali are the members of that team. So we'll get to back to that in a minute. New Day faces Team Rudolph, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Dolph gets the win and pins Kofi, and then the Revival come out, and I forget what happened at that point. But next week we will have the Revival versus the New Day in a for the championship that the Revival currently hold. Cameron Connors, a local of Kansas City, faces Lacey Evans and is defeated by Lacey Evans after a women's right. We have a special edition. It's just another edition of Firefly Funhouse with the, I guess it is a special edition because it's a funeral for Ramblin' Rabbit. But he gets resurrected, but then gets eaten by Mercy the Buzzard. And all the burning down of the Funhouse was that a dress? Well, the fact that Ramblin' Rabbit died in the fire, that was addressing it, but everything's there again, and he has the photos there. He could have reprinted those, but yeah. Anyway, he says, I'll see you next Wednesday, whatever that is. I'll see you next week. Callisto faces Drew Gulick. Gulick tries to bring about another PowerPoint presentation, but we only see the first slide again, because Callisto attacks Gulick before he can move on to the second slide. There's a different presentation. He is instead presenting how the ways that Braun can lose. Last week is the ways that he could win. Braun Strowman comes out, is a big distraction to Gulick, and Callisto gets a win there. What's his name? Daniel Bryan. I'm recording this like shortly after my Walking Dead episode that I realize now that I haven't posted yet, but I'll post it before I post this one. And my brain's not really working very well today, so I'm having trouble remembering a lot of stuff. But Daniel Bryan is out there being interviewed by Michael Cole, being asked, is the Yes Movement back? And Daniel Bryan doesn't talk this entire segment, and I'm pretty impressed by that. That was really, really interesting. Because Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura, they come out, and Sami says all of the things like that he's in support of Daniel Bryan, and he argues that Daniel should join them because they are like-minded, they're all artists and all of that. And he offers a handshake, and Daniel Bryan thinks about it, but walks off. And so not only does he do that, but he also doesn't confirm or deny if the Yes Movement is back. So, cliffhanger. Nikki Cross faces Mandy Rose, and Nikki gets the win there because Nikki will be the next to challenge Bayley for her championship. And we had Bayley and Sasha on commentary during that match, which was it was kind of interesting. I thought Bayley's hair looked great with the headset. I thought, her hair just looked great in general. On this appearance, it seemed like it was a little bit different than we've seen of the new haircut before. But anyway, that doesn't matter at all. We have Rey Mysterio and Cain Velasquez come out and talk about Brock, and it's supposed to be Brock face to face with Brock, but Brock is backstage, and there's a whole. It felt really drawn out, trying to get him to guess what Brock has been doing. What he has been doing is beating up Dominic, and he beats him up some more, and then he beats up the other two when they run back there to try to help him out. And there we go. So the SmackDown champion, Brock Lesnar, is a big old jerk. And then we have the main event, the 6-man tag team match with the 6 people that I mentioned before. And Ali pins Cesaro to get the win. So it's not really Cesaro isn't in the match at Crown Jewel. So things could go entirely differently than this. So we'll see how all of that goes down. I don't remember specifics from this match at all, but it happened, and there you go. And then on 205 Live, 205 Live is always very good, and I'm glad it still exists. This is episode 151. We opened up the night with Lio Rush versus Oney Lorcan. Lio Rush won that match, but they both put in they both put in a hell of a fight. Then we had Raul Mendoza versus Tony Nese, and Lio Rush was on commentary during this match, and I really enjoyed that. I'm glad that Lio is back. He's pretty awesome. Raul Mendoza wins that match after Lio is distracting Nese by telling him, "Hey, don't get distracted. Hey, don't get distracted. Hey, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you." Like that sort of thing, and it worked. Brilliant mind games by Lio Rush. And then our main event, Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Arya Daivari, and Swerve won that match, and I also don't remember any specifics from it. I was playing a lot of Borderlands while watching, quote unquote, watching a lot of these two shows, and also looking at some of the controversies that are going on, but I'm not going to talk about all that stuff. Just wanted to get this episode posted before Raw, so we could, so then I'll be locked and loaded to talk about Raw after I finish watching that tonight. So that's it. That's all. I don't know. I think I probably could have used a little bit more sleep. Good news is that the heat in my apartment is working now, and it was an easy fix that if I had known about, then I could have just popped into the utility closet and done it myself. And now I know for in the future that's something that I could check and not bother maintenance people with, because they have if stuff is actually broken, that's way more important than coming over here and just turning a valve, which I absolutely could have done. But now I know, and in the future I can do all of that and more to keep things going around here. So that's it for now. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you thought about these 2 episodes by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. And stay safe out there in all the infinite multiverses. I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.